Hello and welcome back to Dion My Creations YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, you'll follow me on set with one of my latest photo shoots. The look in this video is inspired by Johnny Depp. Makeup by me, Dion Marc. Photography by Marisha Dudek. Model Christian Demetrius and jewelry by Jean Sebastian of Eat My Believe. First off, you're going to want to cleanse the face using a moist towelette or facial wipe. I use Nivea. Then you're going to prime the skin using Strobe cream mixed with oil control. These products are MAC. With some of the product, just put that over the eyes. This will help later with the shadow and stop it from creasing. To add a bit of colour and also help with creasing, I use the Tint 16 Rose Platinum by Giorgio Armani. I use two foundations in this video. I use Ultra HD Foundation Stick by Makeup Forever and Face and Body by MAC. I put the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick in the center of the face, and then I blend that out, and then I add the Face and Body in a similar color and then blend out that even more. What this does is it conceals all the problem areas and then gives a light coverage for the rest of the face. I find this works amazing in film, television, and editorial work. Using a darker color in the face and body, just underneath the cheekbones, apply it liberally, and what this does is it adds like a fake shadow type thing, which allows for contouring but not to look like visible contouring, because the last thing you want if you're doing this for film or TV is them to look like they have these drag queen contour lines. Now when I conceal, I like to go in with a salmon colour if they have dark under eyes, and then over the top of it I mix a shade that's about 2 shades lighter than the skin colour, and this brightens the look. And then I will spot conceal all the problem areas, and then I'll grab a brush that the same brush that I did the foundation with, and then I'm just going to blend out that concealer, and this just makes it look more natural and less I have concealer on. You know what I mean? The last thing you want when doing men's makeup is really strong lines. You want everything to be blurred. Now, this is important. Put foundation on the ears. I cannot tell you how many times I've worked in productions and people haven't covered the ears, and you see these people walking on stage, or you see these people on TV and they have bright red ears. It is so unattractive, and if you're a makeup artist and you're not covering the ears, cover the ears. Oh, I forgot to mention. So I use a yellow-based foundation for any film work, because that sort of self-counteracts out red if the model has red in their skin. Now I'm using Soft and Gentle by MAC, and I'm just putting it on the high planes of the face. This just illuminates, but so it's not super reflective, I then go over it with a clean brush with face powder. I use Ben Nye's Neutroset because it has an antiperspirant in it, and when you're on location you do not want the model to be sweating and all the makeup is sliding off. Now I use a clean brush with that, and as you can see the brush is now getting dirty. So what this does is by using a clean brush, it takes off that excess makeup that you just don't need. And, you don't want anything to look cakey, do you? Now I'm taking the lightest shade in this Charlotte Tilbury palette. It is the Sophisticate palette. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But yeah. So I went with the lightest colour all over, and then about over just the lid portion I go in with this blonde sort of brow colour, and then after that I'll go in with the next darkest colour, which is like a cool tone brown, and then I go halfway in the lid And then following that, I will go in with the darkest colour on the palette, which is like a grey brown, like a dark grey brown, and I'll do that on the lash line. Now by doing it in this 4-step sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, 4-step thing, this will allow for a really seamless blend and not look like they're wearing lots of eyeshadow, I guess you could say. Now follow under the eyes, I'm using the medium, well not the medium brown, but it's a cool tone brown, but it's not the darkest brown on the palette. Now I grab the lightest colour on the palette, and then I'm just using a fluffy brush by Mac to blend out the bottom shadow down, and to also blend the top of the eyes. Now when you're doing brows for a male, if they need colour, if their brows are a bit sparse, what I like to do is I like to add the most colour in the centre and then blend out. Because when you study photos of men, you'll most likely find, they have fair brows, you'll find that the most of their colour is concentrated at the front, and then it gets lighter. So I like to do that as well with how I do brows. I just like to stand back and make sure it looks fine. I check with the model if they feel comfortable, you know. Now also when you're doing a male, make sure you fill in the brows, yes, but also the beard, because you don't want it to look too sparse. That's just more work that a photographer would have to then Photoshop in more hair. I'm using an angled brush, the same brush that I used for the eyebrows. Now, when I do men's lips, I like to use a fluffy brush, and I like to blur, I think the trend's called blur the lips, so it doesn't look like he's got lipstick on, but it gives that tiny bit of colour and moistens the lips and sort of just, you know, finishes the look off. Now in this video I didn't actually film this, but I then sprayed the face with Fine and Seal by Ben Nye. And here's the work. Like I mentioned at the beginning, all the photography is by Marisha Dudek. And I work with her all the time, like we're like besties. You know, thank you for watching my video. Please comment, like and subscribe. And, you know, leave me a message down below. What would you like to see next? Would you like to see another men's makeup look? Would you like me to show you how to do bridal? Would you like me to show you how to do makeup for women on film? Let me know. I'm open to suggestions.